Ella's task was to get out of a locked room in the basement. The girl was blindfolded, taken downstairs, and left alone.
That sounds a lot less like a riddle party and more like a murder party. Hello friends, my name is Papple. Today we're going to find out if I've got the smarts to figure out these riddles. Let's get straight into it. Let's go with this one. It's got 7.2 million views, 9 months. It should be good.
Oliver was attacked in his flat and taken to the hospital. There are 4 suspects, all of them Oliver's neighbors. Wow, I'd find another apartment. Amelia said she'd been walking in the park since early morning.
Did she just drink the ice cream?
And had heard nothing. Jacob said he had been repairing his car. Sophia answered she'd been taking a bath for the past 3 hours. Look at these people's hands and try to figure out who's lying.
Their hands? I don't... There's no clues in their hands.
It's a bit strange that Jacob, who was repairing his car, and
doesn't have dirty hands.
Both have such clean hands.
Fair.
But they could be wearing gloves. On the other hand, Sophia's hands and fingers don't have wrinkles. But it would be a natural skin reaction after 3 hours in a bathtub.
Yeah, but...
You've been caught smooth-handed.
I don't know. That's a stretch.
Smuggler in town.
I don't leave my hands in the bath for 3 hours.
School bus driver, Jackson, a fire truck driver, and Daniel, an ambulance driver. All of them claim to have been busy with their work since the very morning. Can you figure out who's the smuggler?
I mean... the fires.
Look at the car Daniel drives. On such vehicles, the word ambulance is normally written backward. It's done so that other drivers can instantly...
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Well, it seems Daniel has given himself away. It was the day...
Okay, I know what I'm looking for now.
...to be discharged from the hospital. He had spent a couple of months there and underwent several...
Months?
surgeries. His doctor told him he was going to be fine. It was safe for Jacob to leave the hospital. But the guy didn't believe these promises. In low spirits, he walked home. On the way, he accidentally bumps into an elderly lady.
Ow, head first?
And started to shout at Jacob. But instead of arguing back, he hugged the woman and ran home. Why?
I mean, I'm guessing, like, he thought that, like, if he hit himself, he would immediately die?
Jacob had hearing loss. He didn't believe his problem.
He heard her.
He helped. But when he heard the woman shout,
"These are ridiculous!"
the doctor had told him the truth. Maybe the doctor should have shouted.
Yeah, he could hear the doctor.
In the office that day.
Why would he not believe the doctor when he could hear him?
The woman was worn out. At one moment, she even started to doze off. That's when it happened. She spun off the road and crashed through the fence that was on her way. She couldn't control the car anymore. It slipped down a steep hill and ended up in a lake. Chloe couldn't move her arms. They were stuck. She couldn't undo her seatbelt or open the door.
Superpowers?
The car sank to the bottom of the lake. Was Chloe doomed? Rescuers arrived 3 hours later. The woman was still in the car, but she was alive. How did she survive? After the car hit the bottom of the lake, the water only came up to Chloe's throat. It was a very shallow lake. Good thing, huh? It was Jack.
They literally showed her
The
underwater.
fellow got a present he had been dreaming about for ages, a motorbike. The next morning, he rode his bike to college and left it at the parking lot. During lunchtime, Jack decided to check on his motorbike. Imagine his horror when he found out someone had broken the mirrors. The security guard told Jack only 3 other people had left his building in the afternoon. They were Owen and Sam, 2 best friends, and Layla, the girl who once liked Jack but got turned down by him. Owen said he and Sam had gone to the campus cafe to get sandwiches for lunch. Sam confirmed this. He then added the bike could have been damaged by Layla out of revenge. But
It literally says food delivery,
Mother
and
had-
he said he went to the cafe.
they had spent 2 hours together. So, who's lying?
I mean, I'm gonna go with the food delivery thing. Like, they do try to do the obvious stuff each time.
Owen has a paper bag with food delivery written on it.
It's not moving with the bag.
Lunch, not bought it in the cafe. They broke Jack's mirrors and tried to frame Layla. Not a good reflection on them, huh? Detective Taylor was chasing a dangerous criminal. Suddenly, the man entered a hospital. Oh no, there are hundreds of rooms there. Luckily, it was raining, and the criminal left footprints on the hospital floor. The detective followed them and got into a small room. There were 3 people there, all covered in bandages from head to toe. But one of them was a fake patient. Who?
Oh, the one without a chart. That one's easy. Come on. Right there in the middle. There's no chart. He would have a chart.
It was the dude in the middle.
It was the dude in the middle.
Chart next to his bed. Very quick job on the bandages, though. The CEO of a large company.
Look at this guy.
The police. He was sure that one of his employees, Victoria, had stolen a memory card with secret information.
Okay.
She was going to sell it to their competitors. The police
instead of a USB
Victoria's
stick.
house, but the woman didn't let them in without a warrant. The officers had to leave to get all the necessary papers. By the time they were back, Victoria had already been sitting in her car, ready to drive off. The police officers arrested the woman. They searched her car and clothes, but found nothing. And then, when they were about to give up, one of the detectives realized where Victoria kept the memory card. Can you figure it out?
In her earring, in her bra, in her hair, up her butt, anywhere. There's no clues.
When the police first came to her, the woman had her hair down. But after that, Victoria...
Hair. I got it right. I got that one right.
The memory card is in her bun. Yep, Victoria and her...
The memory card is in her bun.
Michael was going home from the gym when everything went black. When he regained consciousness, he found out he was in a locked room. Next to the door, there was a computer with a keyboard. On the screen, there was a riddle. Michael had to write the correct answer and the door would open. The riddle went like this. It makes 2 people out of 1. What is it? Michael typed the needed
A mirror.
word and the door opened. He was free to go. What was the answer?
A large knife. Photo.
It's a mirror.
I knew it.
Oh, I was guessing a buzzsaw, but this one is better and not as messy.
See, now I've got this.
Emily and Luna,
2 best friends in a room.
expensive hair salon.
They might go to a popular and expensive hair salon.
Operator told the girls they had just one available hairstylist. But after making a phone call, she happily announced she had found another hairdresser. Emily and Luna could have their hair done at the same time. But in the process, it dawned on the girls that one of the hairstylists was fake. Which one?
The one with roach killer in her hand instead of hairspray.
Both hairstylists are using regular scissors, but instead of hairspray, the one on the left is holding a can of bug spray.
So dumb.
That's a big clue right there. A man on a bike grabbed Sarah's bag with all her documents, money, and smartphone and sped off. The only way the girl can get her bag back is by taking someone's car and driving after the criminal.
Well, that's illegal.
Parked nearby. Which one can Sarah break into and drive off? Borrow.
I mean, obviously the brown one because there's no camera on it.
A man is sitting in the blue car. That's no good. If she decides to take the red car, CCTV will spot her.
CCTV will spot her.
The brown vehicle. Oh, and Sarah, don't forget to return the wheels when you get your bag back. Otherwise, you'll be Grand Theft Sarah. Mary...
You'd still be Grand Theft Sarah. It's still Grand Theft Auto if you bring the car back.
And her younger brother, Alex, were mushroom hunting in the forest. Wait, mushroom hunting? What do? Sneak up on them so they don't escape? Anyway, they started a quarrel. Alex got angry and ran away. After several minutes, Mary rushed after him. She was still fuming, but also worried. Soon, the girl reached a small river. A man was sitting on the shore. Did you see a teenager here? Mary asked. Yep, he's just taken a boat and made it to the other side. But
No, he didn't.
leave the man. Why?
Because the oars are still right there. Okay, now that I know what I'm doing, this is just stupid easy. Like, my brain has swollen to the point of high pressure in my skull.
Next to the man.
See, I'm a genius. I'm smart.
So, where's Alex? Kidnapped by
I got
escape mushrooms?
good
You
brains.
never know. Ella came to a party that took place in her best friend's house. It was a riddle party. All the guests
A riddle party?
and participate in different challenges.
Hold on, seriously, comment below if you've ever been to a riddle party. I would be very impressed to find out that that was real.
Ella's task was to get out of a locked room in the basement. The girl was blindfolded, taken downstairs, and left alone.
That sounds a lot less like a riddle party and more like a murder party.
After pulling the piece of cloth off her eyes, Ella noticed the door had a code lock. She also spotted a sheet of paper lying on the floor next to the door. There were 4 flowers drawn
Oh, that's easy. 5, 6, 8, 4.
on there. Ella looked at them for a while and entered the correct code. The door opened and the girl joined the party. So, what was the code?
5, 6, 8, 4.
Ella counted the petals on
Listen, we're not going to talk about the fact that I miscounted the 7 there. Like, don't bring that up. That didn't happen.
each flower. The code was 5748.
Didn't happen.
Carter was visiting his friend Mateo, who lived in another city. Mateo loved riddles. In the evening, he challenged Carter to get the key to the guest room.
Carter and Mateo look close.
Mateo dropped the key in the bucket filled with cold water and told Carter to get it. But he couldn't touch the water or use anything to pull the key out. That night, Carter slept in the guest room. How did he get the key?
Poured it into a colander, let it evaporate, boiled it.
He put the bucket over
There it
a
is.
fire.
Boiled it.
The water started to boil and soon evaporated. After that, Carter picked the key up. Mateo was steamed.
Mateo
Nora was an
steamed.
insurance agent. Once, her client called her early in the morning. The woman was in tears. At night, someone
love
had
the
broken
animation.
into her house. By the time the woman had enough courage to go downstairs, the thief had already taken all the valuables. When she looked out
911?
the window, the man was running away. Do you remember what he looked like? Nora asked. The client answered, It was still dark outside. I understood it was a man, tall and thin. He had dark hair and was wearing a V-neck t-shirt. Nora immediately realized her client had staged the burglary. How did she figure it out?
Something to do with a V-neck, maybe? It's a good one.
It was dark, and the man was running away from the client's house. Then how could the woman see he was wearing a V-neck t-shirt?
Oh, shut up. Shut up. All right, these were silly. These were dumb. But you know what? Apparently, I'm part of the 5% that can crack them because I didn't get a single one wrong. Not a single one. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hit the little subscribe button down there. Don't forget to like. Throw a comment out if you think that this is worth doing again, because that was ridiculous. I think I should do something else, like some 5-minute crafts or something, because those were dumb. Hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video.